In The Dream of the Earth, Father Thomas Berry writes, "The power of our technologies is now such that nature cannot prevent us from doing whatever we decide in diminishing the splendor and vigor and variety of life upon the earth." We should be clear, Father Berry writes, about what happens when we destroy the living forms of this planet. The first consequence is that we destroy modes of divine presence. Divine presence. That the divine is present in creation itself, not just in a church, mosque, or synagogue, is an idea that most of us hold dear. Every major religion tells us this one thing: we are to be good stewards of creation because creation itself is sacred. Thus, in the face of grave, human-caused threats to the Earth's environment, of global warming and mass extinctions of life species, our faith traditions challenge us to be better stewards. And, as the Reverend Fletcher Harper told me, they call us to a simpler life.
Our current consumption patterns in this country are not sustainable from an environmental perspective. And so when you talk about simplicity, you're talking about something that is, I believe, really beneficial for people's spiritual well-being, but also tremendously important from an environmental perspective. And there's an important coming together of that spiritual sense of well-being and social sense of sustainability that I think the simplicity movement is about, and I think it's tremendously important.
Outside of the home and office, the average American spends more time in his or her community of faith, in that building, than any other place. So these buildings themselves can become powerful tools for environmental education. Increasingly, faith communities are finding ways to be true stewards of creation, starting with energy use, as Fletcher Harper describes.
We find that congregations universally can conserve and reduce their energy use by major amounts. I mean, we find the average congregation can cut their energy use by somewhere between 20 and 30% by really paying attention to energy conservation.
At the Episcopal Church of the Atonement in Tenafly, New Jersey, the Reverend Lynn Weber walked me through several of the energy conservation practices her church has initiated.
Wanda, last year we replaced all of our traditional exit signs with LED signs, and that saves 90% of the energy of a traditional sign.
You know, imagine what would happen, the impact that would be if churches all over the country made that kind of change.
It would be amazing, and the cost for doing this is very low.
Wow, the light comes on when you open the door.
Let there be light. We've installed motion detecting light so that when people leave, about 5 minutes later the lights go off. So there's no waste of electricity.
So this is all part of your plan for energy conservation here at the church?
Yes, we've been buying green electricity or clean electricity to know that our electricity has been produced in a way that is good for the environment.
And you're holding a compact fluorescent in your hand.
Yes, we use these in the church wherever we can, and we make them available to the congregation so they know that this kind of lighting is available.
And very friendly to the environment.
Absolutely, yes.
Any place of worship can use environmentally friendly products for social activities. Already, thousands of houses of worship in the U.S. purchase sustainably grown coffee that doesn't involve the destruction of rainforests. As in your home, you can practice water conservation where you worship. Nothing's too small to make a difference. Riding our bikes to our house of worship, even walking there when possible, reduces greenhouse gas emissions and inspires us to be better environmental stewards 7 days a week. And one person's get up and go can make a big difference too. At the First Parish Church in Wayland, Massachusetts, Susie Klein came up with the idea for a Roll or Stroll for Your Soul Sunday, where congregants were encouraged to come to church on a bike, on foot, or in a carpool. Despite the threat of rain, the idea proved to be a tremendous success for young and old alike, both a fun event and a blessing conferred on divine creation.
We gathered together today, whether you walked or rode or strolled or rolled, or however you got here, on wheels, on foot, happy to be together, happy for the connection and care of our planet and of each other. And so to you on your bikes, I say Godspeed, be careful. To those of us in cars, be careful of the bikers. For those of you in sneakers, be careful of your treads. Go in peace and roll away.
And roll away the good folks did at First Parish Church. Adults sending the message to their kids that our environment matters, and everyone just having a ball. But what's at stake is our planet itself.